We have our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibul, joining us on the broadcast for more on these developments. The foreign minister of the Taliban government holding his first press briefing, appealing for international assistance, but at the same time, the international community is still struggling to decide how it wants to deal with the Taliban regime. So how exactly will this assistance be provided? At the same time, questions have been raised over whether or not the Taliban are allowing unimpeded access to the aid workers, Siddhant.
Well, yes, of course, the first press briefing by the Taliban Foreign Minister and a much anticipated one. There is, of course, so far no mention of India, but we know that before the press conference he has met the Chinese envoy, he has met the Pakistani envoy. But other than that, if you look at the expectation Taliban has and the expectation the international community has, there is a big gap between the two, because the international community has made it clear that we need to have an inclusive government in Kabul, and this is something that is the basic thing that really they want to see, because we know that yesterday the Afghan humanitarian meet happened in Geneva, which was headed by the UN Secretary General, and we saw the various foreign ministers speaking, the German foreign minister speaking, the British foreign secretary speaking, other foreign ministers meeting. They talked specifically about an inclusive dispensation they would like to see. If we talk about India, the Indian External Affairs Minister also spoke, talking about that the relationship will continue with the Afghan people, and he talked about and recalled how India has over last 20 years invested $3 billion. But if you look at what India wants, India also wants an inclusive dispensation in Kabul, given the fact that the Indian envoy to UN recently talked about that as well. Because if you look at the announcement by the Taliban, when it comes to Afghan government, it does not have any women, it does not have any representation from the Hazara community. It has two Haqqani network members, which of course is a dreaded terrorist group. Almost 17 of the 33 cabinet members are listed on the United Nations Security Council as terrorists. So these are the worries. But from Kabul, I think the entire movement is expected to now more happen in New York, given the fact that the United Nations General Assembly is going to meet. In fact, today will be the first day when the Maldivian Foreign Minister will officially become the president of the UNGA. But today is also an important day in terms of the formation of the Credential Committee of the United Nations. Now, why this Credential Committee is important? Because this Credential Committee will effectively decide that who represents Afghanistan in the upcoming UNGA, where several world leaders will be speaking, including the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He will be speaking on 25th. So this Credential Committee essentially will be, in a sense, taking a call, and will there be a representative of Taliban or from the previous government, the envoy Ghulam Assaghzai will continue, is the big question.
Indeed. We are leaving it there for the moment, though, Siddhant. Thanks very much for those updates. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.